I'm camped about 20 k's north of Yellowdine, which is along the Great Eastern Highway to the east of Southern Cross. I'm on a fire break, I guess you'd call it. The fire is cut fire breaks all the way through. There's bush in case of fires, so they've got somewhere to try and stop it from running. So this track goes east to west to the emu-proof fence. I'm going to head out to the emu-proof fence and then down south to a place called Gouldy on the Great Eastern Highway. Used to be a siding, I believe. They're forecasting between 1 and 5 mil of rain out here, and there's a lot of low-lying areas around here with water still in them, and we only had, I don't know, probably a couple of mils about three days ago. So it doesn't take much to make it real boggy out here. You don't want to be stuck here when it's raining. So we're going to head off and we'll see what we find along here. I've seen some big dog tracks along this track. And I heard one this morning when I got up howling to the north. It was a fair way off though. Righto, we'll make a move and see what happens, eh? It's pretty boggy in there. You can see where the animals have been in there trying to get a drink of water. There's a couple of them dog tracks. You can see how big the dog must be. All sorts of dogs out, wild dogs out here. And the occasional dingo. Pretty little flower. Couple little stands of gimlet coming up around here. A lot of little mallee through the bush too here. I love the way those ribbons of bark hang off them trees. There's another of those low-lying areas. Only around. Good to have a bit of water for everything. Only very small shrubs here. Got some pretty flowers on them though. Back down yonder, that's where I camped, amongst that tall timber. How's that for a sweeping view? There's a little quandong. Not much fruit on this tree, nor the others for that matter. Similar to a sandalwood. Sandalwood's got round, more rounded ends on the leaves. Guangdong tree. Oh, here we go. We've got a few more. Grubs into them already. These trees are parasites. They need a host to grow from. There's an emu-proof fence down yonder. Bit hard to see. It's amazing. I just pulled up because I saw a few of these stumps cut off. I thought I'd go for a wander. I haven't seen any cans or broken bottles or whatever. Then you stumble across a few cans and long-necked beer bottles in the middle of nowhere. The emu-proof fence is not far from here, so I guess they had to cut a lot of wood for strainers and fence posts. Yeah, here's a little, not sure, perfume bottle I guess. Oh, there's something written on this one. Potter and More. There you go. I haven't seen one of them either. Huh. Bit of a broken plate, so somebody must have had to feed out here. Bully beef on a plate, eh? C.F. Cleland Industries. All these bottles look the same. What's this got written on the bottom of it? This bottle remains the property of the Golden Mile Aerated Water Co. Coolgardie. There you go. Right next to it. Property of Western Australian glass manufacturers, I suppose. Yeah, Western Australian glass manufacturers. And one with no writing on it at all. There's a whole Brooks bottle. Later one with a screw top lid. Look what that's hiding in there. The beer bottle here. This one looks like a different colour of glass. Yeah, it's a jar. Nothing's written on it though. There you go. Just one brewery bottle. Globex beef extract. The head off a butcher bird. Stumbled upon a few more bottles. This on the south side of the track. Pretty ornate. It was Warwick Howard WH. There you go. Must have been a cordial bottle, I'd say. Another Holbrooks. Bullet shell. This is the emu-proof fence. It runs from Kalbarri in the north to Salmon Gums in the south. They built it to keep emus out of the farmland. Didn't work, obviously. But if there's a bit of a drought, it stops big heaps of them going in. It's got a bit connected to the bottom of that fence that comes out to here, so they can't scratch their way under. Same with rabbits and dogs. Rabbits will get through this netting. There's a rabbit-proof fence further to the west. This goes for miles, this thing. 1,350 k's. There's a proper track over to the right. I'm going to follow this along until I find a gate. I think there was probably a gate to the north, just to the north, because there's a track that goes off there. But there'll be a gate down here somewhere. When I originally made this, it was wooden fence posts that I cut out of the bush here. Would have made a good job that. Crikey. You have to cut the wood, drill holes, dig a hole in the ground, bury them and thread the wire through. Although I think it was like the chook netting wire back then. Then you had somebody patrolling it every so often to fix any holes in it. Bit of sandy country through here. Low scrub. I was just thinking, I haven't seen much in the way of wildlife. No kangaroos. There's a couple of dingoes. Then this little fella comes along. He's out sunbaking on the track. Little bobtail. There you go, mate. You're famous, you know that? You don't seem to be moved by that. I'm going to leave you be. I can see there's no ticks in your ears, so we'll see you later. Probably not. Here's one of them gates in the barrier fence. You got to keep them closed. If you find it open, close it. The emu track's heading south. Coming back into the tall timber. Just saw a bit of colour on the side of the road through the bushes. Come investigate and got a beautiful little breakaway here. A beautiful little spot. Starts up here, to the north, follows a bit of a valley down. The character of that tree. It opens up down yonder. Like a good painting, that. This is from down the bottom of the gully. This place just to the north of Gooley. Lots of nooks and crannies for animals to hide. I still haven't seen any. One member of the coat of arms out there in the paddock having a feed. Like they had a crop here last year. I've got another gate here. Looks like a pretty flush fence there. Anyway, I'll go through here and come out the track down the bottom. Old dozer sitting here in the bush. Would have been a few of them up here some time ago. Use them to change the scrub out of the way so they can get a crop. These are beauty. It's done a lot of work. Fit. And you be sitting behind here weeks on end, chaining the scrub. Would have been a rough old ride, I reckon. Yeah, she's a beauty. Little hidey hole there for an animal. They're going to follow this pipeline for a short while to the west, then head south again. Got a couple of water tanks like this along the way to Kalgoorlie, just in case the line gets disrupted. Got a bit of backup water. Stumbled upon a bit of ground along the pipeline that I haven't seen before. And then all these backtracks. Old tins here. Bit of ash. Ornate plate it was. We got a can of, well, a bottle of Bovril or Bollocks. What do you reckon that is? Bottle made in England. There you go. Oh, there we go. Bovril Limited. Yeah, they usually got a number on them too. This one hasn't. That little brown bottle. There you go. Got no idea what that means. She's a big billy, that one. Well, she was. Put some tucker in there. A lot of water. Last, but by no means least. There we go. Main Koi Limited. Registered trademark. Rosella. There you go. Not really sure, can't read it all. All I saw was tins and tins everywhere. There you go. Property of Perth and Fremantle Exchange, Bottle Exchange. P&F Beck Co. BE Co. Limited. There you go. Over here, got a tomato sauce bottle. Got something written on it too. The property of H. Jones and Co. Limited, Kenwick, South Australia. Wow. Contents 13 fluid ounces, approximately. Got to get that right. Been a nice old teapot this day. You can never find a lot of it though. Just smash it, pick a few pieces up and toss them away so nobody can find them all. Reckon? Here's a green one. X. It's been a cool drink bottle, I reckon. I think I've seen them before. Thicker here. What's this? HP sauce. There you go. Carrion's HP sauce. There you go. What have we here? Wow. Somebody's gone to a lot of effort here. Nothing on the bottom. Not a name who made it. What a bowl. What a ripper, eh? Somebody obviously didn't like it and left it behind. Look what that is over there. It's a bit like a hubcap. Yep. It's a hubcap. One of these ones, whatever that is. Just wandered over here where there was a bit of ash on the ground. A couple of dog spikes there off the railway. But I saw something shining here. I wonder what that was. Looks like somebody's hairpin. Yeah. Huh. Gets a bit rusty. There you go. I looked at this today and didn't see anything here. Amazing.